What's going on, YouTube? Today, we're going to talk about four things I had to learn the hard way about finance. And this has come from a millionaire aspect, the things that I didn't know growing up, and I thought it will help you out so you don't make the same mistake. Now, let me know in the comment below what some financial mistake you made, and like and subscribe to the video. It really does help with the algorithm. So the first thing I screwed up on was spending more than you earn. It always catches up to you. This lesson is often learned after losing sleep over money and juggling what to do.
And afford to live. You spent more than you made last month. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Well, you did. Congratulations, because that's debt, lady.
You know, I've done this before where I took another job because they paid more, but then I found out the insurance is more. It takes longer commute time, so gas was getting to me. And at the end of the day, I was spending more money than I was getting, so I didn't do the math. There's times where I ran up all my money in the first of the month just because I found fishing gear I like. There's all types of things, and it catch up to you because at the end of the day, you don't get watch the money go out of your account whenever you use these plastic cards, and it's easy to spend more than you make. And it's really hard to get caught back up. And that's something I had to learn and to budget and understand how much money I'm making a month so I can live below my means. The second thing I messed up on, an emergency fund. It's not optional. And I learned this the hard way. Water heater breaks, need to replace the roof, AC breaks, and if you don't have an emergency fund, you're going to put it on a credit card, and it's just going to pile up more debt because it's going to take longer to pay off.
Without an emergency fund, every unexpected expense, like a flat tire or a chipped tooth, can make it feel like you're one step away from living, say it with me, in a van down by the river.
At that high interest rate. So people usually learn this after relying on a credit card for emergencies and struggle to recover. I see it all the time. So I'm trying to help you avoid this. Have an emergency fund. Now, some people say 3 months, some people say 6 months. I tell you, whatever you need to pay your expenses for 3 months based on your job. And what do I mean this? What's the likelihood of you being fired? What's the likelihood of you losing your job? And how long will it take to replace it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. So if it takes you 5 months to get a job because you have a job that doesn't really have a lot of openings, guess what? You need 6 to 9 months of emergency fund, of essential bills to keep your four walls, your electric, and feed yourself. And don't forget your water bill. So let's say down $5,000 a month is what you need to live off of, to pay all your bills and bare minimum. Well, that's 15 grand if you do 3 months and you can get a job in 2 months. So that's how I look at it. And 15 grand is enough to cover a new roof. 15 grand is enough to pay for a new water heater. So guess what? These are the things you need to understand. Stuff will break. Stuff will happen. You might have to replace all 4 tires of your car. And this emergency fund will bail you out. And make sure you keep up to date with it and keep it at the balance you need it at. Now, if you make a lot of money and you have a very high expense, like you live in $1 million house and you have to pay 10 grand a month, guess what? You need a lot more money than 15 grand. So do the math. You will need to do it on your own because no one can tell you how much money you need in there until you look at your numbers. Number 3, credit cards. They're not tools. They're not extra income. They are a way to get yourself in debt. I learned this so many times. I'll max out a credit card and it's like a $20,000, $30,000 credit card and it takes you a year to pay it off. And you're paying high interest. And the reason why it'll get to you is because you're just swiping with no worries. Oh, I can pay the bare minimum. I can pay the bare minimum. I'll pay it off later. And the balance lingers for years. I meet so many people that have high credit card debt and are struggling because their credit card debt's not going down. Well, if you have a high amount on there, guess what? You're going to have to pay it down dramatically and focus on it. And that's something you have to learn. I wish I knew this earlier. No one really explained all this to me. I thought, oh, I can just spend this money. Oh, I'll just pay it off in a few months. Man, that interest rate kicked my butt. I'm going to tell you that. And lastly, not all debt is created equal. High interest consumer debt drains financial quickly, while low interest rate sometimes can be strategy. Like you buy a rental property, you pay 5%, 6% interest on it. The customer or the renter pays your mortgage, and you're making money off of that. Okay, that's the way to do it. Using a credit card or a payday lender, not so much a great debt because it's a lot harder to get in there. So not all debt are equal. Now, these are the lessons for anyone to looking to improve their finance and their management of their finance and avoiding these common pitfalls. And these are things I learned over the time. Hopefully that helps you. Like, subscribe to my video.